か？
うん。
どうだ？
どっちでもいいかも。
そりゃないぜ。
でもあんたが茶髪だったらあの時声をかけてなかったかも。
あの時。
Man, I keep having to do this with so many different anime this summer. And you know what? I really feel a certain type of way of this summer's anime quality and tick for tack versus spring is just simply not the same. I think spring was way better of an anime showing and outing than summertime has been. Now, I think the only thing that would give summer a notch over spring is the fact that Mushoku Tensei is here. And because it's one show, immediately I'm way more interested in summer versus spring. But the reality is spring had so many really good anime. And it had anime that was just like absolutely incredible. And for us to have now summertime, I just feel like we have some pretty okay anime with like a couple of incredible anime as opposed to a plethora of really incredible anime. Now, the reason I'm starting this video this way is I just want to reiterate once again, I'm not dropping the show. I don't hate it by any means. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. But I preface this, because every time that I attack an episode, I do tend to have a couple of people come at me saying like, well, the show's not even that bad, or it's way better than X, Y, or Z, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I'm saying that this episode, not the whole anime in a whole, not what it can be, not what it has been, but this episode. Okay, that leads me into episode number 4. I know I drew that out quite a bit. I was driving up suspense, but episode 4 kind of sucked, and it was a little bit boring. And I've been feeling this way about several different anime this season, and I have to call a spotted cat spotted. I'm not gonna say that it's just one color. Like, it is what it is. This episode, the reason I say kind of sucked is it was pretty boring. I do think it moved the episode forward, but it made some things very clear to me this episode. And I had already kind of had this sense the past couple episodes after episode number 1. But episode 4 solidified for me that this whole season is going to be Natsukawa and Sajo pussyfooting around their feelings for one another. And this episode, we have Natsukawa's best friend, Kei, push her and say, hey, I think it's your turn to do the chasing after Sajo. And that already solidifies that the rest of the season, we're going to get these two individuals pussyfooting around their feelings. And I hate that in romance anime. Like, I understand being young and awkwardness, but when it's clear that two people like each other, right? It's, at some point in the anime storytelling, Sajo was completely the chaser, right? And nothing was reciprocated. But because he's completely backed off, the roles have been reversed, and Natsukawa's in that position. Now, whether she wants to do the chasing or not, that's whatever is there, but her heart desires to do the chasing. So that means now that the feelings that he put forth that weren't are now being reciprocated. So really, it's just, I don't know. It's really hard to watch something that is always just that pussyfooting around, pussyfooting could be described as like, dancing and, kind of go like curving around the fact that these two individuals like each other. And it's made over evident again and again and again. She's looking for him constantly. She's wondering about him. She's sad that she wasn't at his house. She's sad that she's sad that her little sister warmed up to her friends before she got a chance to warm up to Sajo. She looks to him. She notices the differences within his hair. She's worried about who he's hanging out with. She gets jealous that he's with other girls. All these things just keep piling on over and over, and it's completely evident. The other thing is, there's two other things that make this show too predictable and, kind of make it kind of sucky. One is, excuse me, guys. One is Sajo's friend, Sasaki, admitted to him that he likes Natsukawa all of a sudden or whatever, right? And he's gonna pursue her, full-heartedly. And instead of Sasaki being like, that ain't gonna happen, bro, or whatever, he allows it to happen. He's like, okay, he's like, I'm not, I can't control who she does, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, just grow a pair of balls, say, yo, I'll F you up, bro. Like, just be real with your feelings. He can't even be real to somebody who's not her. So that's a whole problem, okay? So now he's gonna have to watch this other guy pursue her as his feelings continue to well up, but he keeps pushing them down, okay? The second predictable thing is at the end of the episode, he agreed that his grades have fallen, and his original motivation for his grades was chasing after Natsukawa. And at some point, he was 32nd place or something like that, and he was only a couple places behind her, but he was keeping pace with her. Now all of a sudden she's second place and he's 60 something place or something like that. And now because of Sasaki, he has this reinvigorated fire in him to study hard again. But he says something very specific. He notices somebody above Natsukawa in first place called Claudine Shinonome. So immediately that tells me the next thing he's gonna take studying seriously. He's gonna go to the library or something, and he's gonna run into the number one girl. And now he's gonna have another love interest, but maybe not even love interest, but he's gonna have another girl around him that is gonna make Natsukawa jealous, and she's gonna so happen to be better than Natsukawa. Like, you can see the writing on the wall already, and I hope I'm wrong because I want to be wrong in this situation, because I hate when stuff is too predictable. It's just a snooze fest to watch. So, man, I hate coming and bashing on a show that I genuinely like. I think the show's pretty good. I think there's a lot of potential here, and I think that's the problem with a lot of anime. Is like a lot of it has such high potential and like could be so good, but it's like the studios just fart it out because they have to. I don't know. Anyways, that's how I feel. This episode is fine. Yeah. I think the disciplinary girl, I think Shinomiya senpai, I think she's best girl in my opinion. And I really like his sister too, but obviously he can't like his sister. But I like his sister too. But I think Shinomiya, the discipline committee girl, I think she's probably the best one so far. And then right after her is Kei. I think that Kei actually fits Sajo way better than Natsukawa does. They get along easily. And I think he has more chemistry with Kei than he does Natsukawa, because he can be himself. They can poke fun at each other. Like all the things that you would be able to do with your girlfriend or boyfriend, they're able to do. They just need to kind of get that next step, So I don't know. That's how I feel, though. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode. And let me know in the comments if you are feeling it or not as well. All right. Peace, my friends.